If you've followed our show houses for the past 5 years, you know that every year we try and bring you something fresh and new without being trendy because we don't want it to date. So we try to incorporate a house that has traditional elements and still some modern hits, and this year's house is no exception. It's finally finished and it's my favorite. I say that every year, but this is my absolute favorite yet. Starting from the outside, it's a really simple house. It's just painted stucco. The only architectural detail is the dentil molding around the top, which is handsome and quite large in scale. The curved garage doors and the front door are natural mahogany, and that wood really warms up the exterior. Surrounding the house on the ground floor, every room has a French door, and there are wide louvered plantation shutters that actually open and close. Very romantic. And now we're inside the front hall of the finished house. And you know, every year we try and give you some drama. Well, this year the drama comes from the double height front foyer with a 12 candle wine barrel chandelier hanging right from the top, nice and low. I wanted this house to have a mixture of old materials that look vintage, like they might have been here forever, and some new materials. Well, this floor is actually brand new, but it looks old. It's distressed vintage oak. It comes from Sullivan Source, and it's laid in a chevron pattern. It's just oiled, and it really gives the look of antiquity to this house. Also the walls, which are done in bare textured paint, off-white color, and they give the look of old hand-troweled plaster. Now this house is neat because it's divided into different service areas. The front hall is kind of formal. It opens onto a cloakroom where we've taken a Louis XV classic country French armoire. We got it from Sharon O'Dowd, and we had them put a closet rod inside and a shelf, and it's actually the front closet for coats. And then we went to Cravat and we found this fabric, which is black woven, kind of Navajo-ish. And because the stripe is on the horizontal, has a really casual feel. And we decided that these two elements were going to be part of the clash, the mix of this house, which is so interesting. The powder room is small and very pretty, and it features custom narrow louver shutters, and the black color is really dramatic. They're made by Canadian super built shutters, and you'll find them in many of the rooms. Also in the front hall, this is one of my favorite elements. This is a copy of the classic Barcelona bench designed by Mies van der Rohe in 1929. Isn't it interesting how mid-century modern furniture looks so great in a house with classic architecture? Now above it we hung 3 pieces. These are original pieces by Canadian artist John Enns. So we had them framed in crisp black, and we hung them low because that's part of the drama. It carries your eye down the front hall. Actually, my favorite room in this house is the one we're going to enter now. Sometimes the best things happen by accident. This room came together at the last minute, and it's ended up being my favorite room. We wanted to mirror the modern elements in the front hall. We started with bare wood floors, and then we added a sectional. This is the new Klein sectional from Crate & Barrel, which we custom upholstered in dark charcoal linen. To keep the modern feeling going, we decided to add this cool chair. It's a new chair by Matt Blatt, but it's based on an old design by Finn Juhl, who's a famous Danish furniture designer from the 1940s. Again, mid-century modern, looks so good in this house. And we added these little stump stools, which are so popular. This is from West Elm. We wanted traditional bones, so we used that old trick of buying simple moldings from the lumberyard, applying them onto the walls in a classic pattern with the chair rail, and painting the whole thing in Benjamin Moore's Dove Wing dead matte. Then we had 2 custom bookcases designed to flank this mantle, which is cast. It's very light, comes from Statements, but it looks fabulous. You would think that it's real carved limestone. So the 2 bookcases were custom done with glass doors. The hardware is vintage, so you have to look for these. These are traditional Cremon bolts, and you find them at places that sell architectural antiques. And then they were powder coated black and applied to these beautiful white custom cabinet doors. And then to add to the sparkle, we chose this coffee table, which was inspired by the original, again, Mies van der Rohe Barcelona table. We chose all the books, ones that we'd love to have, a generous gift from Indigo and Chapters. The TVs. All the TVs in the house are amazing. In fact, all the electronics are amazing in this house. This is an LG LED 3D TV. And the other thing we did in the house is we put big plants. Now, I've never used silk plants. I kind of don't believe in it, but now I think I do. We had to go with silk because this is a show house, and these trees have to look healthy for a long time, and they have to be maintenance free. These are fabulous, and they're made to look even better in olive jars from Crate & Barrel. It's one of the smallest rooms in the house, but I think it's where I'd spend a lot of time.